This video is created to help you understand your options regarding auto insurance. Let's start with the basics. The first type is known as liability insurance. This coverage will pay for the damage when you are at fault. This means you are legally responsible for having injured someone or properties accidentally in an auto accident. There are two categories of auto liability coverage. The first category is bodily injury liability, which covers medical expenses, lost wages, pain and suffering, etc. The second is property damage liability, which covers damaged property. For example, hitting a mailbox, light poles, or even houses. That is why in most states, it is required for drivers to carry a minimum amount of liability coverage for them to be able to register their vehicles or obtain a driver's license. Each state also has different amounts of liability minimums. Like in California, their minimums are $15,000 per person, $30,000 per occurrence, and $5,000 for property damage. So that means if you are at fault for having accidentally injured someone, your insurance may pay up to $15,000 or any one person's injuries in the accident. The maximum is $30,000, and it is also known as per occurrence. To make it clear, no one person will receive more than $15,000 for bodily injury, and the maximum of $30,000 no matter how many people are involved in the accident. The other element for liability insurance is $5,000 for property damage. So if you hit someone else's car in an accident, your insurance company can pay up to $5,000 to repair or replace the damaged vehicle on your behalf. You might be wondering now why $5,000 to replace a car, or $15,000 to cover injuries. In another video, we discuss guidelines on how to select the most suited auto insurance coverage levels, as well as why state minimum coverage may not be sufficient. Take note, liability insurance only pays for the other person's injuries and damages to their vehicle, so having only liability insurance means you'll be paying for your medical expenses and/or repair damage to your vehicle. The following types of coverages are not required by law, but you'll see how these could be important in protecting you and your valuables. The first is uninsured or underinsured motorist liability. This protects you and your passengers from negligent drivers that have little insurance, or none at all. Yes, uninsured motorist coverage serves as the other driver's insurance. It also addresses your injuries and property damages up to your uninsured motorist coverage limit. So why is it important to have uninsured motorist coverage when it's mandatory for all drivers to have insurance? Well, 15% of drivers have no insurance, while 30% of drivers don't have enough insurance according to the Insurance Research Council. That's why uninsured motorist coverage is a great way to ensure you and your family have coverage in place even if the other driver has insufficient or no insurance. The next type is known as comprehensive coverage. This type protects you from losses from fire, theft, fallen objects, storms, floods, even collision with a bird or animal. It also applies when there is no accident involved. It could also include car theft insurance, in case your vehicle is stolen, vandalized, or damaged. This type of insurance is normally required if your vehicle is leased or financed. The next type is collision insurance. This pays for the damage to your vehicle, whether or not the accident is your fault. The next type is medical coverage. This will help pay your medical expenses that aren't covered by your medical insurance plan. This can be applied to you or a family member riding in someone else's vehicle. Next up is towing and roadside assistance service. With this coverage, you'll get emergency roadside assistance 24/7. They can help you with a flat tire, or if you left your keys inside the car, or dead battery. In other cases, this coverage is already included in comprehensive coverage. The other one is loss of use, or rental car coverage. This helps you cover rental for car costs or other costs for transportation. Most carriers have varying daily limits and maximum coverage levels you can choose from. The last one is glass deductible buyback, wherein after paying for a deductible, your windshield will be replaced by your insurance provider. Free repairs to small chips and cracks may be covered as well. I hope we've answered the questions you may have had about your options with auto insurance. Give us a call and we'll guide you in making well-rounded decisions and choosing the right coverage for yourself and your loved ones.